There are far too many customer surveys and far too many questions in most of those surveys. But you want to understand your customer's experience. So you need to send out a survey asking about all of the components of your experience too, right? Wrong. You do not have to add to your customer's survey burden. To avoid being part of the problem that's contributing to survey fatigue, start with existing sources of information and determine what you already know about your customer's experience. Your goal is to answer as many of the questions as you want to answer about your customer's experience without having to ask those questions of your customers. For example, you know how long they are spending on your site or on hold with your call center or on calls with your reps. You know how this compares to benchmarks in your industry and can likely draw conclusions about your customer's level of effort. You likely know what they were doing before they called you and what they did afterward. You can figure out what they're saying about your company and your experience on any third party site. You can see what third party benchmarks like Forrester CX Index, the American Customer Satisfaction Index, or JD Power say about your experience scores and your competitors' experience scores. After you do all of that, you will be able to cross out a bunch of questions you might have been tempted to ask your customers. You can also stop asking so many of your customers to take your survey. Cut it back to a small subset and let those scores calibrate the rest of your measurement program. Finally, use all of the data you have about your customers to show them that you know them. Eliminate the need for them to tell you who they are. Appreciate them for their longevity as your customer. By being one of the few companies in their lives that doesn't send them too many feedback surveys and that uses their data to show them that you know them, you will build trust and set your company apart from your competitors.